There you go. Hey, I might be getting the hang of this internet thing. What's up, YouTube? FatKings Phil coming at you for my week 261 update from vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which I had back in July of 2013. Details are below. Hey, what do you know? I can figure out that 260 weeks is 5 years. I don't know what the hell I was thinking last week when I said it was like week 263 or something. I've since fixed the YouTube thing, the posting, but whatever. So this week is 261. Hey, hope everybody's having a great week. We got a lot to cover today. Let's get to the numbers. As of this morning, 231.4, which is down 0.2 of a pound from the last time I had a weigh-in for you guys. So I'm going to call that just steady, even keeled maintenance, and very much going along in line with my kind of new attitude of just do the work out when you need to work out, eat what you're supposed to eat. Everybody wins, you know, and not to kind of stress too hard about things. My goal is just to stay right there for right now. If it goes down a little bit, great. But the goal is just to stay put. So, some quick recap on some business here. This weekend, VSG Kirk was out in Denver for the Your Weight Matters conference, and I got to go up there and spend the evening with him, having some dinner with a friend of ours. So that was kind of nice. Yeah, so that was about it. I did have a little bit of a spin out situation Thursday. I was really kind of in my own head, and I definitely felt that whole urge to do the whole eat or drink things I shouldn't be, and I certainly did not cave into that, although I may have made some other interesting bad decisions that didn't involve any substances, but bad behavior. So let's talk a little bit about the whole 5 year video. You know, I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I told her, I'm like, I just don't feel the need to even do that 5 year thing. But she kind of was like, man, come on, it's your 5 years. You were driving so hard for 5 years. You really should do it. So at some point, I guess I'll do the whole, you know, side-by-side pictures and what have you. It's not a super big priority to me. You know, all the measurements and side-by-sides and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm just not feeling like it's that important. I mean, like I said, I don't know. This is so weird for me. For those of you that know me, I just feel very centered in like, this is my new life. And, you know, I got other shit in my head that's taking precedence right now. I mean, I go back and forth between peace and madness. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna let any of that stuff kind of affect my weight maintaining journey. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but being that I'm not going to do the 5 year anytime soon, I do owe you guys some Q&A. So this one might get a little long, and boy, oh boy, there's some fun questions in here. This is where I got to be careful, because the most asked question, although not so much publicly as it was privately sent to me, was about the whole Lauren and I situation. And I feel a little weird about talking about that, because I'm only 50% of that equation, and I think Lauren kind of said what she needed to say about it, and I think I, you know, touched on it in my year 4 video. So I'm going to go over this one time, kind of high level. I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to try and be respectful. So you might like see a lot of edits in here, because I'm going to try and navigate through this in a respectful and good way. First of all, there's nothing salacious going on here. Nobody slept with anybody's sibling. Nobody embezzled the other person's parents' money. Nobody shaved the other one's pet's bald. Okay, there's nothing salacious going on here. You know, and I could choose to sit here and dwell on all the bad feelings, like all of the, you know, the minutia that goes with a breakup, right? So, but I was thinking about it today, and I'm going to try and look back on and focus on all the great stuff from the last year, and that's what I've really been trying to do. I mean, you know, I kind of spun myself out the other night, like I said, but you know, look, you guys remember in the story, like when Lauren and I started dating, I felt like I was shut down, like I wasn't gonna be able to love ever again. Like I kind of just felt like I am done. This isn't for me. And she really opened me right back up, and was so sweet and so loving and just you know, like, was so easy and honest and easy to get along with, and there was no drama. She just told it like it was. She asked me if, are you angry at me? She just come right out and ask me, are you angry about something? Or are you irritated about this? And we just talked straight. It was cool. And, you know what? I was really proud to be her boyfriend. I was really proud to be with her. I've always been proud of her and all the stuff she's accomplished. Like I've said a million times over, she's like the poster kid for WLS. But yeah, I bragged on that kid all the time. Like I bragged on her to anybody that listened. People are probably sick of hearing about her from me. And so, we had that. Like I felt very loved by her, and I loved her very much. And we had some great adventures last year. Like we did all the things that a lot of the things I've always wanted to do with someone, and I have all those memories to share with her. So why, we went to Boston, we went to Salem, we went to Cape Cod. That's her neck of the woods. She showed me around. She showed me all the cool stuff. We went to this cool bar that used to be a jail. We got to see Chicago at Christmas time. Neither one of us had ever been to Chicago. We did that together. We walked around there, and we were able to do that because we were fit and healthy, and we were able to walk around, and we got to be boyfriend and girlfriend and see all the gorgeous Christmas lights and take pictures and spend time together, and even watch Netflix in bed one day, just because we didn't get a chance to do that, being that we were a couple of at distance. We got to spend time in New York for the first time ever. I've never been there. She got to show me that. We spent time with friends in NOLA. We spent time with friends in Mexico. We were motivating each other. We were introducing each other to our favorite movies. I mean, I have all these great memories with her from this year. And, on top of that, we had all this just great intimacy. And I don't mean that just in the physical way. I mean, like we had this intimacy about our relationship that was awesome. And we never even had a fight. I think the only argument we ever had was right towards the end there, where there was like this little, I don't want to say miscommunication, but like just a little point of contention on how we were communicating with each other, and it got a little bit hairy just that one time. But that wasn't even really a fight. It was just like, it was just like us pushing back and forth a little bit and then apologizing. And so there's really nothing. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm just focusing on that stuff. I mean, I really did love her, and I was really excited about our future together. I really was excited about all the things that were coming down the pipe. Her moving out, the things that I was going to be able to do with her in Colorado that are a little further out that would be, difficult to just do on a weekend while she was out visiting. And, I definitely wanted her to feel super loved and appreciated and cherished, because, man, that's how I felt about her. I wanted to be able to communicate that and have her feel that. I don't know that I successfully did that. I certainly tried, and I hope I did, but it wasn't for lack of trying. Let's put it that way. It was, if anything, it would have been just like a communication style thing. But I certainly was pot committed to fixing any issues we had, moving forward together, building something together. I mean, I had a lot of dreams and goals for that. So there's really nothing here, guys. I mean, yeah, I'm driving myself a little nuts. Do I wish I knew why? We aren't still together. Yeah, I kind of do. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's probably driving me the most crazy. But yeah, so that's kind of where that all ended up. And like, do I wish we were still together? Sure, of course I do. I wish we were still building on those dreams. I don't want to see those dreams go away. But you know what? Right now, she needs something else in some other space and time to figure that out. And I'm not gonna do her any favors by pining away and keeping bringing it up all the time. I can't imagine, with all the great things we had going for each other, with each other rather, that breaking up was an easy thing. I cannot for 1 second imagine that. So yeah, hell yeah, I miss her. I miss her every day. There's things that come up and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to tell her that tonight. I can't wait to tell her that tonight. And it just isn't going to happen, because right now she just needs space away. And you know what? On the other side of this, whatever we end up as, whether we end up going back to being amazing friends, or who knows, maybe someday we get back together, whatever's meant to be is going to be. I'm not sitting around putting my life on hold for it. I'm sure she's not doing that either. When she figures out whatever's going on her side and what she wants, I'll see where I'm at that point and what I want, and who knows. But at the very least, I am fairly certain we will be amazing friends, because we shared amazing things together, and I'll have that till the day I die. All right, so that took up way more of the video than I wanted it to, but so many of you had asked about it that I kind of felt like I had to address it, and we'll see what survives the edit, and hopefully she is 100% okay with everything I just said there. But since I haven't been able to contact her to get her sign off on that. We'll have to just hope for the best. Okay, let's move on to the other questions. So, all right, and I'm going to use names where people publicly posted it, with the exception of the person who publicly asked about Lauren and I, because she was just one person out of multiples, and the multiples were private. The other ones were private. Okay, Sammy Sunshine asks, what are the top 3 things that you think sabotage your weight loss efforts? For me, it is stress, for sure. Alcohol lowers my inhibitions, so then I will eat improperly. And then, what else? I think when I get around normies for too long, although I've kind of corrected this sense, I started feeling like, oh, I want to be a normie too. I'm normal now too. But yeah, I can't do those things. And then 2, our other question is, what if you had to do it all again, would you still do VSG, or would you have gone gastric bypass? I would have still done VSG. The reason I picked VSG was because I only had about 140 pounds to lose. I knew that was kind of the upper, I don't want to say the upper limit of the sleeve, but the recommended upper limit of the sleeve. I've seen people lose more. I've seen people lose less. I wanted the extra challenge in a way. I still wanted to have to work for it. I know that sounds crazy. I was already doing the work. I just wanted a little bit of help, and I wanted still to be able to eat whatever I wanted in small quantities. I mean, back when I started, I thought that was the way things would go. And I don't tend to have the RNY and or DS side effects. Some of my RNY folks get pretty bad dumping still and stuff like that. So I would do it again. If I woke up tomorrow morning, my sleeve was gone, I would definitely do it. I would go back and have it done. No problem. So even now, we're just to maintain. Okay, on my way down, ask, has your weight loss affected your children's health weight? No, my kids were lucky and got mainly their mother's genetics when it came to that. They're pretty lean, fit kids. My son, he's vegetarian, and I've seen his weight fluctuate a little bit. But I think that's been more with just college and working. Like, he's sitting down more, and so I know over the summer he was a little bit more conscious of what he was eating and stuff. But he's got that where, if I just, he's still young enough, and he's got his mom's genetics, so he can just like back stuff down and it adjusts quickly. My daughter's a string bean. She's growing like a weed. She's in that teenage girl phase where she like eats like a bird or she eats like a linebacker. There's no in between. She's in that growing phase. So, let's see. Also asked, do you or have you managed their diet? I manage their diet in the sense of the shit I don't buy at the store. I mean, I will limit the kind of crap I bring home, but that's about it. But I don't really deny them either. I mean, I don't feel like I should deny them like a box of crackers because I'm going to be tempted to eat them. That's my problem. They have normal metabolisms with normal, portion control, abilities, and I shouldn't be taking that away from them. So I don't. But sometimes, I don't buy a ton of it. All right. Do your children's mother agree? I should have brought my reading glasses. This is part of the problem. Do you and your children's mother agree on a family eating exercise plan? I don't. My ex-wife and I don't really talk about it. My son is 18. He's 19 now. He lives with me full time. He's pretty much responsible for his own meals. Like, he tells me what to buy and he makes them because he's vegetarian and I'm not. I'm totally opposite of vegetarian. My daughter just kind of eats usually whatever I'm eating or usually whatever her brother's eating. It just depends on which one's more appealing. And then at her mom's house, I know she tends to get more junk and stuff. But my daughter's very active. She's out and about, running around, walking the dog, all kinds of stuff. So I don't think Allison and I really have ever talked about it. Okay, Pearl Esme, sorry if I said that wrong. Do you wish you had surgery earlier? What was the deciding factor to have VSG? I think, do I wish I had surgery earlier? Hell yes. I wish I had had surgery decades ago. My life would have been very different. And I would have been very different, I think. And I would have gotten to this place so much sooner. And I cannot tell you guys, this is another little regret. I might backtrack a little bit. Well, okay, let me answer the other part of the question and then I'll backtrack. Deciding factor for VSG was, I kind of mentioned that already, but I was almost going to do the band and I just did not want a foreign object inside my body. And TJ actually, for those of you who remember old Fat Kings, or watched the most recent 5-year recap, he was the one that actually discovered VSG and turned me on to it. And once I saw that, it was like a no-brainer. So as far as the mental stuff, I would just have loved to have been at this healthier mental place sooner. And I know I'm nowhere near the end of that rainbow. I'm still working hard, I'm working on my issues and stuff. And there's a little bit of me that just wonders if I had just gotten here about even 6 months sooner, if that would have had any impact on whatever went sideways with Lauren and I. That is that one nagging kind of weird question out there that I'm still kind of, you always want to, I always want to try and figure out what did I do wrong, but whether that's true or not. So, but I do wonder, that is the one thing that has been nagging on me a little bit, but all right. Let's see, less of me VSG. I hear you talking about set points often. I think I've reached one at 7 months out from VSG. I find myself at a weight as I was for a large portion of my adult life, but not one I want to stay at. I feel stuck. Could be my body playing catch up. How did you overcome set points along your weight loss journey? Measuring tape is pretty much how I did that. Every time I got stuck on a number, my body was changing drastically. Like, I would be losing inches even when I wasn't losing pounds. And that being said, you have to have a little talk with yourself and make sure, and I'm not suggesting you're not, but make sure that you are eating exactly the way you were the 6 months prior. You have to be eating the diet. You have to work the diet, especially at the 7. I would say 9 months is about the longest run. You get the best bang for the buck at 9 months, in my opinion. After that, it starts to taper off. It's pretty easy to maintain for the first year or two, but after that, the first year after the first year, so the second year, I should say. After that, you guys know what happened to me in year 3, so I don't have to revisit that for you. Jessica C. I do wonder, now that you're in year 5, have you talked to nutritionists about your calories? Yes, everybody agrees I don't eat enough calories, and yet when I eat more calories, my weight goes up. While all the professionals say there's no way you should be only eating that few of calories, my scale says otherwise. It sucks, and that's just my reality. So I can cry about that, or I can say, well, it's okay to eat more calories because the nutritionist says so, and I can gain weight and be miserable, or I can just suck it up. That's what it is. Some days I have a few more calories, and other days I tend to hover around that 1,000, 1,200 calorie range, which I know women in this community in the losing phase are eating that much. So it's kind of funny that a full-ass grown man who works out like I do can maintain that. So when the apocalypse comes and I'm the last one standing because you guys have all starved to death, I'll be lonely. All right, let's see here. Sleeving Serenity. I forgot to ask my questions. Oh, okay. So she had a bunch of questions that I'll try to go through these fast. Where were you born? I was born in California, Hayward, California. Where you want my social security number too? I can see where this is going. I'm kidding. What type of kid were you? The jokester, the smart kid, the troublemaker? Oh, I was a smart ass because I was a fat kid. I had to make everybody laugh. My wit was my weapon. I could clown on anybody. I think I still have quite a bit of that in me. I can remember just running mental circles around grown-ass adults and, being able to clown on them and them not being able to clown back. So I think it was pretty funny. I love to laugh. If I can get a laugh out of a room, shit, dude, once I get one, it's like blood in the water, man. I'm going to try and make you laugh and laugh and laugh. So I enjoy it. It makes me feel good. When did I shave my head? Pretty much at the point where, I just clippered it down, because it was so gone. I mean, I started losing my hair at 18. And I really have no issue with it whatsoever. I don't miss it. If tomorrow morning they said, look, here's a pill, you can grow all your hair back, the novelty of it might be interesting, but I really have no interest in it. I am completely fine with being bald. I don't mind it at all. Let's see. So I just started, once I clippered it, it was just a matter of the next step was dragging a razor over it. It took me about 2 or 3 years to do it, but I did it. What did I do after high school and college? I think I've talked about this. I ran my own company for a while. I started an internet design firm back when there were no internet design firms. I was an advertising major coming out of college, so my buddy was a business major, and so we ponied up about $5 or $6 grand. We opened up a little shop. We bought a couple of machines, computers. We started pitching big companies to do their websites, and we landed the California lottery. And we were their only web designer for the first 5 years of them being online. Did some amazing stuff, and then, man, we were just high demand. We were in high demand back in the industry, so we had job offers and offers we finally couldn't refuse, and that's what I did. Went back to and did that for a while until I moved here. So, alrighty, and the last one, do I like sports? Not particularly. I mean, I'll go watch an Avs game. I'll watch a hockey game live. I'll go to a baseball game once in a while just for the company and, you know, the bullshit. And I don't even care. I don't watch the game usually. But no, not a sports guy. All right, last one. There's the last question. So we'll end it on this one. So Voodoo Queen asks, anything. We can ask anything? Question mark, you know, exclamation point. What is the meaning of life? I can tell you what the meaning of life is. It's good to be the king.